Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this beautiful morning. It was so nice to have everyone association throughout the night. Actually, I took 10 minutes break and then also we read something, but I think I calculate that my round today was about 7 minute 0.82 seconds per round. By the mercy of all the Vaishnavas, I chanted 83 rounds from 7 to 6:25 with this minute break and the meditation, and we glorify the importance of the Padmini Ekadasi. I really want to thank Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Vrajeshwari Pran Devi Dasi, Kapil Sachdev, Vijay Dilip, also Vrajeshwari Prana Mataji's daughter Yashoda, Krita Lakshman Prabhu, Matangi Devi Dasi, Kanta Mataji, Girivar Dhari Prabhu, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Rati Prabhu, Rohinandan Prabhu, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodar Rati Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manani Mataji, Sarva Tarak Prabhu, Sweta Mataji, Saman Panchal Prabhu, Rasakida Prabhu, and somebody signed under the name AB. I don't know who the devotee was. And also my son joined for some time. So they were the pioneer today to help our journey successfully. And our other devotees who join regularly, Yeshwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Shubhra Devidasi, Ravi Pipilya, Pravajeswari Priya, Govinda Gita Devidasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu Kasturi Manjari, Sistastika Devidasi, Parmeshwari Devidasi. Parmeshwari Devidasi also joined early, sorry. Adi Gopal Prabhu, Amalan Smita Pandey, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Girivar Dhari, Shriya Mataji, Sitala Priya Devidasi, Satchidanand Krishna Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, Pratmesh Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Saman Prabhu, Leela Manjari Mataji, Raghavati Devidasi, Suvarnangi Shyam Devidasi, Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu, Vrajeshwari Pran and Yashoda, Sugandharaj Prabhu, Aradhana Devidasi, Janki Khan Prabhu, Lapunka Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Shundri Radha Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodar Rati Mataji, Srikant Pankaj Gupta, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devi Dasi, Sumitra Radha Mataji, no, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Divyansan Saloni, Raj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Mataji, Priyanka Mataji, Rukmini Priya Devi Dasi, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Namanand Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Madhvi Gopi, Raghunath Priya Prabhu, Ganga Devi Dasi, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Abhay Prabhu, Vijay Keshav Prabhu. Vijay Keshav Prabhu also joined early, on and off, and I think it was so commendable despite his health condition. He was hanging around until 11 or something like that. Amal Atman Prabhu, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Mataji, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Sarva Tarak Prabhu also was stay until I think 11:30 or something like that. Amal Nam Prabhu, Barsana Rani Mataji, Govinda Mohini Devi Dasi, Krita Lakshman Prabhu, Matangi Gopi Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Kamal Priya Mataji, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devi Dasi, Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsan and Manjari, Madhav Reddy, Sundari Leela Mataji, Prem Tarangani Mataji, Sarmishta Sahi Mamta Mataji, Balram Prabhu, Karunya Murti Mataji, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Mataji, Rasa Kida Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, राजेशन श्वेता, चिंतामणि देवीदासी, अमित प्रभु, प्रेम प्रिया पद्मा माताजी, सुचित्रा देवीदासी, श्री कुमार प्रभु, पूर्वी परमार माताजी, कांति माताजी, रश्मि माताजी, श्रीकांत जी प्रभु, निशांत शर्मा, रति प्रभु, नित्य नवली देवीदासी, देन प्रिया किशोरी माताजी, नीरज श्रीवास्तव प्रभु, माधवी माताजी फ्रॉम नेपरविल, नवीन, गिरीश, कपिल, प्रियो किशोरी देवीदासी, तुंगभद्रा देवीदासी. I think those are the ones who really made our journey successful. So thank you very much. Let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Jaiva Dharma.
कृष्ण प्रेममयी राधा, राधा प्रेममयो हरि, 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 जीवने निधने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, जीवने नाधने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, जीवने नाधने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, जीवने नाधने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, कृष्णस्य द्रविणं राधा, राधाया द्रविणं हरि, कृष्णस्य द्रविणं राधा, राधाया द्रविणं हरि, कृष्णस्य द्रविणं राधा, राधाया द्रविणं हरि, कृष्णस्य द्रविणं राधा, राधा राधाया द्रविणं हरि, जीवने धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, जीवने धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, कृष्ण प्राणमयी राधा, राधा प्राणमयो हरि, कृष्ण प्राणमयी राधा, राधा प्राणमयो हरि, जीवने धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, जीवने धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम, कृष्ण द्रवमयी राधा, राधा द्रवमयो हरि, कृष्ण द्रवमयी राधा, राधा द्रवमयो हरि, कृष्ण द्रवमयी राधा, राधा द्रवमयो हरि
कृष्ण द्रवमयी राधा राधा द्रवमयो हरि
जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
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 कृष्ण गेहे स्थिता राधा राधा गेहे स्थितो हरि
कृष्ण के सिखा राधा राधा के स्थितो हरि
जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
कृष्ण चित्त स्थिता राधा राधा चित्त स्थितो हरि
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 जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
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 नीलाम्बरधरा राधा पीताम्बरधरा हरि
नीलाम्बरधरा राधा पीताम्बरधरो हरि
नीलाम्बरधरा राधा पीताम्बरधरा हरि
नीलाम्बरधरा राधा पीताम्बरधरो हरि
जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
जीवनेन धने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृन्दावनेश्वरा
वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृन्दावनेश्वरा
वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृन्दावनेश्वरा वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा
कृष्ण वृन्दावनेश्वरा
जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
कृष्ण प्रेममयी राधा राधा प्रेममयो हरि
कृष्ण प्रेममयी राधा राधा प्रेममयो हरि
जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song by Jiva Goswami. So I think it was a nice experience today. So today I think on the question and answer session or reflection, it would be really easy. And I'm really in debt to those devotees that who stayed with us throughout the night. It was a very nice experience. I think that after the 40 round, then we become so awakened, I think. It takes some time. So we will continue reading Jaiva Dharma. I'll read the one paragraph that we read yesterday. O Shonapruta, those who take shelter in bhakti to me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaisyas, and Sudras, can attain the supreme destination. Some horror music is not playing. Okay. So we will continue from there. The purport of this is that a devotee who engages in bhakti, hearing topics of Krishna consciousness, chanting Harinam, singing his glories with Anyanya Bhak, single-mindedness, even if he is addicted to many abnormal, illicit activities, which go against the scriptural injunction, must be considered a sadhu, because he is on the righteous path, being situated in bhakti. Three processes are mentioned in the scriptures: karma-kand, fruitive activities within the varnashrama system; jnana-kanda, empirical philosophy and renunciation; and bhakti-kand, devotional cultivation, comprising hearing narration about the Supreme Lord in saintly association and chanting Harinam with sincere faith. Sometimes these three methods can be channeled into one application known as yoga, at which time they generally become termed as karma yoga, jnana yoga, or bhakti yoga, depending on the stress and slant of the practice. When any one of these forms of yoga is practiced exclusively, their acolytes are called karma yogis, jnana yogis, and bhakti yogis. A bhakti yogi is the best of three, because bhakti yoga is able to reward the yogi with unlimited benedictions by itself. You can understand this point from the following verse in the Bhagavad Gita 647, which is cited at the conclusion of the first of the 6-chapter section of the Gita. Yoginam api sarvesham madghatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one who with great faith, who always abides me, thinks of me within himself, and render transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. It is imperative to understand the meaning in Bhagavad Gita 9:31. Shri Pramam Bhavati Dharmatma. One who is sincerely engaged in bhakti will have the worst of his character flaws quickly rectified. Dharma meekly follow bhakti everywhere. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the source of Dharma, and he allows himself to be easily conquered by bhakti. Maya, who enslaved the jiva, is immediately dispelled when the Supreme Lord is invited to occupy the throne in the heart of a jiva. No other method of sadhana is needed or is as effective. As soon as the spiritual aspirant becomes a bhakta, dharmic fervor suffice his heart and steadily manifest all virtues. When calm, lust for sense enjoyment is uprooted, then peace and tranquility enter the heart. Therefore the Lord boldly declares, Name bhakta pranasyati. My devotee will never be vanquished. A karmi and a jnani are vulnerable. It is possible that they may fall into bad association while practicing their individual disciplines. But the Lord's devotees are not attracted to associate with non-devotees in the first place. This is only because of the all-powerful direct association with the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the devotees can never be destroyed. Whether a devotee is born in a lovely family, sinners, or in the noble Brahmana caste, the supreme destination is within his grasp. Chudamani, quote, it appears to me that the rites and rituals prescribed by the scriptures to the jiva on the basis of his birth are more satisfactory. I was born in a Brahmana family. By regulative performance of my sandhya, vandana, and so on, I am sure to acquire jnana and finally attain mukti. This is a tangible truth to me, but I cannot comprehend how Shraddha appears. I have come across instructions in the Gita and Bhagavatam about how bhakti is begotten from Shraddha. Kindly explain to me how the jiva may endeavor to possess that Shraddha. Vaishnavadas Babaji, quote, Shraddha is an integral part of the eternal, inherent nature of the jiva. The inclination of the jiva toward a particular karma in the varnashrama social system is a product of his naimitika swabhav, temporary assumed material nature. That is substantiated in the scripture. For example, Chandrodaya Upanishad 7:19:1. Yada vai shraddhati atha manyute na shraddhanam manyute Shraddhahad eva manyute, Shraddhat eva Vignes yavi Shraddham Bhagwan Vijignasa iti. Sanat Kumar said, quote, when a person develops Shraddha, respect for that which is to be known, he makes the effort to comprehend that object. Only those with Shraddha can know that object. Others without Shraddha cannot. Therefore, O Narada, first there must be Shraddha. So it is essential to learn what the true nature of Shraddha is. Narada replied, my dear Lord, I earnestly desire to inform myself fully about Shraddha. Some commentators have explained that Shraddha means faith in the words of the Vedas and the Sri Guru. This explanation is acceptable, but not clear. In our Sampradaya, the word Shraddha carries the following definition. Amunayan Sutra 57 state, Shraddhatva Anupaya Varjam Bhakti Anmukhi Chitta Vritti Visesaha. Shraddha is the propensity in a man which strives for bhakti, rejecting the attainment of bhakti by the vehicle of karma, jnana, mystic yoga, and so on. By constantly hearing about the Supreme Lord in saintly association, one's consciousness reaches a certain elevation. And when we realize that karma, jnana, ashtanga yoga, etc., cannot offer the jiva the eternal benedictions of the absolute truth, and that there is no other options for the jiva beside taking shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Hari with single-minded bhakti. Only then can it be said that one has developed Shraddha and faith in the words of the Shastra and Guru. Shraddha is further outlined in the following words of Ananya Sutra. Such a Sharanapati Lakshana. The different indication of surrender are the external symptoms of Shraddhas. Sharanagati, surrender, is described as follows in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.676. Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshisyati viswaso gurukrutve varanam tatha atmanikshap karpanye sadvida sharanagata. The six divisions of surrender are the acceptance of things favorable to the executions of devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one guardian and master, full surrender and humility. In Nectar of Instruction, that verses are there, 6 things which is destroyed for our bhakti and 6 things is good for our bhakti. Firstly, the devotee must take a sankalpa, solemn vow, to perform works which are anuklesya sankalpa, favorable to unalloyed bhakti. This is important, Vaisasaki Prabhu always mentioned that if you didn't fix the goal, how you will reach the goal. So we must make some goal in our life, step by step, make a small commitment and vow, because then you feel that, yes, I can satisfy the goal. So your faith and your determination will increase in your success. So don't take it too hard at the beginning. Go slowly. And then we will develop the faith, and then we'll be able to take up even the impossible things. Firstly, the devotee must take a sankalpa, vow to perform works which are anukulasya sankalpa, favorable to analoy bhakti. Secondly, the devotee must take some vow in the matter of pratikulyaya varjanam, rejecting anything that is unfavorable to unalloyed bhakti. Nectar of instruction, we can see on text number 2 and 3. Thirdly, he must be convinced that the Supreme Lord alone is Rakshikshayati Visvaso. He is protector and maintainer, and that nothing positive can come from endeavoring for karma, jnana and yoga. Slowly and slowly, we should become free from this material entanglement, not keep on working up to the last end of the life, which is totally useless use of our time in this world. Thus, the devotee express viswas, trust in the Lord. Fourthly, the bhakta must develop a sense of gopistrava varnanam, complete dependence on the Lord, thinking that his own efforts alone will never make him capable of succeeding in anything, not even in physically maintaining himself. This is so important, we need to realize. We keep on thinking about so many things, and we feel that we will achieve our goal. But we should look back in our life. That is not us, actually. It's just destiny is there that due to our karma we attain something. But Lord is always in charge. And when we serve Him, our Acharya shows in their life that even the impossible things become very easy. Like cross over this material existence will become like a just cross over the footprint of a calf. Very simple. But if you think that I'm going to succeed with our own strength, then no matter how hard we will try, we will just hit the wall. Thus the devotees express viswas, trust in the Lord, and bhakta must develop sense of that complete dependence on the Lord, thinking that his own effort alone will never make him capable of succeeding in anything, not even in a physical maintaining himself. Therefore, since the Lord is taking care of him, the bhakta will serve the Lord appropriately and as well as he can. This is known as nirbharata, dependence. Fifthly, the bhakta must atmanikshep, offer himself wholesale to the Lord, knowing that he is ignorant of his own spiritual identity, that he is the Lord's property, and that his actions are the implementations of the desire of the Lord. This surrender of the self is also known as Atmanivedan. Sixthly and finally, the bhakta must develop sense of karpanya, humility, which makes him feel poverty-stricken, meek and lowly. This mood of humility is understood as karpanya or dainya. Thus, the state of consciousness that is evoked when the heart becomes infused with determination, subservience, trust, dependence, self-surrender and humility is designated as Shraddha. Whosoever attains this Shraddha becomes a fit candidate to execute bhakti. And for the aspiring sadhaka, this Shraddha is the initial step toward the perfection displayed by the eternal liberated pure Jiva souls. Since Shraddha is the fundamental nuance of the Jiva's Nitya Swabhav, innate eternal nature, it is therefore also his actual Nitya Dharma. All other variation of the Dharma of the Jiva are naimistika, temporary. Chudamani, thank you. I have grasped your explanation. However, still you have omitted the subject of what evokes Shraddha. If Satkarma, pious deeds, are the seeds that later sprout out as Shraddha, then my argument remains uncontested. Because if Satkarma and prescribed duties according to one's Varna are not properly executed within the Varnashrama system, then Shraddha cannot manifest itself. Therefore, since the Yamana Muslims do not have the possibility of performing Satkarma, how can they become suitable candidate for practicing bhakti? Vaishnavadas Babaji. Quote, yes, Shraddha is born of Sukruti, righteous activities. This quote, available in the Bruhan Naradya Purana 433, provides the required proof. Bhaktistu Bhagavat Bhakta Sangena Parijayate Satsangah Prapyate Pumbhihi Shukriti Purva Sanchitaha. Quote, devotional sentiments are evoked by the purifying association of advanced devotees. The Jiva is able to come into close contact with Suddha Bhakta, pure devotee, only by acquiring sufficient Sukruti from many previous births. However, Sukruti is of two kinds, Nitya and Naimitika. Sukruti that leads to satsang and bhakti is Nitya Sukruti, and Sukruti that result in bhukti and mukti is Naimatika Sukruti, otherwise known as Anitya Sukruti. Sukruti is differentiated on the basis of results. If the result is eternal, Sukruti is eternal, Nitya Sukruti. And if the result is temporary, Sukruti is the temporal Naimistika Sukruti. Bhukti is fleeting, therefore, that which produces Bhukti is Naimitika Sukruti. The Jiva is in himself Suddha, pure, Nitya, eternal, and Sanatan, primeval and ever dynamic. The cause of the enslavement of the Jiva is his intimate intercourse with Maya. Mukti, defined as the complete nullifications of this enslavement, is dependent upon the cause and effect, and being achieved in a moment, is therefore a transitory and not an eternal action. When mukti is attained, all striving for mukti ceases immediately, and then no longer a topic of discussion. Nevertheless, because of the lack of knowledge in this subject, many people falsely believe that mukti is eternal. In reality, however, mukti is actually only the removal of the material cause of bondage. Hence, it is primarily naimistika, temporary. Therefore, that process of so-called bhakti, which claim to generate mukti and then ceases to exist, is at best naimatika karma. On the other hand, That bhakti which is present before the stage of mukti is attained, while mukti is attained, and which remains forever after mukti has been attained, is quite different from the form of bhakti you have just described. It is an absolute eternal principle and is thus the Nitya Dharma of the Jiva. Attachment to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Sri Hari is endless and eternal. Hence, in spiritual sense, no limb of this process of surrender can be termed naimastika. What is called mukti is simply a byproduct of this bhakti. I offer this quotation from the Mundaka Upanishad 1-12 as follows. Pratyaksha lokan karma chitan brahmanyo nirvedam dhyan nasti akruta krutena tad vignanartham shagurum eva bhigachat samit pani shotyam brahmanistam. A Brahman must realize the temporary nature of the result of karma and that the cherished eternal absolute truth which lies beyond the principle of karma is unattainable through karma. Hence, he must denounce karma. In order to obtain the cherished objective, he must attach himself to the science of pure bhakti, in which case he must humbly approach with firewood for a sacrifice in hand a bona fide spiritual master who is well versed in the conclusion of the Vedas and realize in the science of Krishna consciousness and surrender there at his feet with mind, body and words. You know, like I send it to different Maharajas that we will be chanting, please bless us. So finally I received the text message from Hanuman Prasad Swami Maharaj, and he wrote it, are everybody is chanting through lips or mind or by heart? That's the question mark. So everybody knows what we chanted through lips, mind or heart. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Astanga Yoga, etc. are all in category of Naimistika Sukruti. Whereas Bhakta Sangha, associating with saintly person, and Bhakti Kriya Sangha, contact with the devotional acts, are Nitya Sukruti. Only one who has acquired Nitya Sukruti over many lifetimes will attain Shraddha. Naimatika Sukruti offers many other temporary results but cannot evoke Shraddha, leading to eternal, unalloyed bhakti. Chudamani, please explain Bhakta Sangha and Bhakti Kriya Sangha. From what type of Sukruti do these activities stem? Vaishnavadas Babaji. To discuss and hear Krishna conscious topics from pure devotees and to show them is known as satsang, also known as Bhakta Sangha. The pure devotees of the Lord perform the activities of bhakti, such as the congregational chanting of the Harinam in town and villages. A person who participates in these spiritual activities or any other similar activity, such as cleansing the Lord's temple, offering a lamb to the Tulsi plant, observing the Vasara festivals, such as Ekadasi and Janmashtami, and so on, is performing Bhakti Kriya Sangha. If somehow or other these activities are not executed with pure Shraddha, but accidentally or even inattentively and hastily, still they result in Sukruti that foster bhakti to the Supreme Lord. When this Sukruti accumulates into a driving force over many lifetimes, it brings one to the stage of acquiring Shraddha for Sadhu Sangha and an Ananya Bhakti, pure unalloyed Bhakti. All the levels of purity within Bhakti add to the development of Shraddha. Furthermore, only this Bhakti Kriya, devotional activities, have the inherent potency to generate the required Sukruti. If they are executed with Shraddha, the results are marvelous. But even when done disinterestedly or indifferently, they will still increase piety in the form of Nitya Sukruti, as pointed out in the Mahabharata. Prabhas Khanda, which is quoted in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 145. Madhura Madhuram Etan Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigama Valle Satphalam Chit Swarupam Shakrat Api Parigitam Shraddhaya Helaya Sava Bhruguvara Naramatram Tarayat Krishnanam. The chanting of Harinam is the most beneficial of all spiritual and pious activities. It is more realizable than the sweetest honey. It is the transcendental fruit of all the Shruti scriptures, the Vedas. O best of the Bhargavas, if any person chants Harinam offenselessly, even once, be it with Shraddha or with derisive indifference, Harinam immediately offers him liberation. Thus, all Sukruti which enhances one's bhakti to the Lord is Nitya Sukruti. This form of Sukruti leads to Sadhu Sangha and Ananya Bhakti when patiently seasoned. Through performance of Naimatika Duskruti, temporarily impious deeds, the wrongdoer may be born in a Muslim family, whereas a person performing Nitya Sukruti develops Shraddha, leading to Ananya Bhakti. Why should this come as a surprise? Chudamani. If Bhakti Poshaka Sukruti, Sukruti that nourishes devotion, really exists, it can only be the result of some other type of Sukruti. The Yavanas do not possess this other type of Sukruti. So Bhakti Poshak Sukruti is beyond their reach. Vaishnavadas Babaji responded, one should not think in these terms. Nitya Sukruti and Naimistika Sukruti are independent of each other, not connected. In the Puranas, we find the story of the sinful hunter who unknowingly, by force of circumstances, fasted and stayed up the night of Sivaratri, thus performing a Shiva Vrat, and he attained bhakti to Sri Hari as a result of this Nitya Sukruti, because Lord Shiva is a very elevated Vaishnava. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 16, it is stated, Vaishnavayanam Yatha Sambhu. Amongst all Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the best. Thus, even accidentally observing a vow in his honor enable one to attain Hari Bhakti. This is substantiated by all the scriptures. So I think it's 7:15. We should stop here. And we should have the question answer and reflections. That's the once a week we get a chance to have a nice loving expression we can show toward each other. It's so sublime. So let's see. We will follow the standard process. That we will give 20 seconds for someone to come forward. And nobody come forward. Then at least I'll pick someone. So here is your 20 seconds.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Started the evening 7:30. It's already 7:30, 12 hours, Prabhuji. How much patience Krishna gave you, and you are teaching us to
There are other devotees also.
to follow your way,
Uh,
So please,
Actually, I think that, when we come like a Haridas Thakur appearance or disappearance, I think it's better we start at the night, because first part it would be easy. And then as you chant more round, then you will become so enthused that you don't want to stop chanting. Then we can easily finish the daytime. So 24 hours, we have done one time. Whenever the Namacharya Haridas Thakur come, we will do. But
yes.
I think we will start in the night. I think it's work good. You take a little rest and start chanting like we did it yesterday. And, I never feel like a sleepy or anything unless who has witnessed me hearing my chanting. They have some comment that I was drowsing or not chanting.
You are always in Sattaguna, Prabhuji.
Right?
That's why you have.
Yeah. So it's by the grace of the devotees that, it doesn't happen by our own strength. That's my realization. Unless we get the mercy of the senior devotees and our Guru and Krishna. And if you are sincerely seeking to please the Krishna by chanting his name, then name is so merciful. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that before the Krishna entered in our heart, holy name will do the work to cleanse out. And in the clean place, then Krishna can come. So holy name is very merciful. And I think it's so nice that this Zoom call enable us to join through the Zoom call. And I think that Purushottam months had teach me also that, keep it like a video also on so everybody can see it. If you are drowsy, make a comment so you can really remain attentive.
Yes.
Today was one of the devotee. He posted on the deity worship group. The devotee didn't do a proper work. And I just write that in Nectar of Devotion it has mentioned Krishna doesn't need anything. He is complete. He is happy in all circumstances. He doesn't need any service from us. So what actually he's looking when we do any service, dressing, cooking, preaching, whatever we do for his pleasure, he just look at our intent. What intentions do we have? So when, we don't do our duty properly, like not attentive while chanting, same thing, we are not attentive toward deity worship because as inattentive in our chanting cause that aparadh. Similarly, when we are not attentive to the details of deity worship, because in Nectar of Devotion it says that even the paraphernalia that we use in Krishna's service, outfit, whatever ornament, these are equal to the Supreme Lord. So if we don't take care of it, we are not taking care of Krishna.
Yeah,
So,
we are taking care of ourselves. We are purifying ourselves. This is the best.
We don't do certain things in our home, but somehow or other, we are little passionate or whatever the circumstances may be. But I think devotees should realize some point in their life what is the reason I'm going to the temple to render service to the Lord is to make Him happy, not do the lousy work. But because for many, many lives, our mind doesn't work properly, and that's, it needs some constant practice on our side to improve in all respect. Like, live the clean life, clean cloth, clean japa bag, all these things, whatever you have possession, it should be clean at all the time. Your car, whatever you use should be clean, your room, your drawer. Like, when we have the COVID-19, we went through each and every small closets or every small drawer and just clean it out. If you have not touched the things for more than 6 months, you will never gonna use those items. So minimize those things. Keep it everything clean, nice. All atmosphere surroundings should be soothing to our devotional practice. If we don't keep those things clean, our mind is not clean, and the thought will not come good. So our Acharya is telling everything, those nectar of instruction is really wonderful 11 instructions that we should always carry, as Hanuman Prasad Swami Maharaj always say, that we should wear as a necklace the nectar of instructions. We can't go beyond the first verse, controlling the senses. So what to speak of other 10 verses? That's our unfortunate. So let's have some other discussion, other devotees.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All of you are so kind to join and make this program successful. I am a
Also,
very
Prabhuji bless us to improve our sadhana and nitya seva, Prabhuji.
Did you ask me a question? First word I miss it.
I didn't ask, I was just appreciating what you did.
Oh, okay, okay,
Thank you,
okay,
Prabhuji. Hare
okay.
Krishna.
Thank you very much.
And I'm also asking your blessing.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Holy
Prabhuji.
name will give us all the blessing to everyone. And today is the Padmini Ekadasi. We read the benefit of the Ekadasi at midnight. It was so sublime.
Yes, Prabhuji.
There are 4 praharas that from 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, and 3 to 6. And each prahar we need to do something specifically. And on behalf of all of us, Raghava Chaitanya Prabhu follow those 4 processes for all of us. And Prabhuji is so kind, he said that I'm doing this for the benefit of all the devotees who join on the Zoom call. So he has done a great service to all of us. Yeah, and the benefit is unlimited. It's amazing actually when we read how it named even the Padmini Ekadasi. Wonderful history behind it. And you can get the strength to even kill the Ravanas by performing this. And it says, our Acharya says what to speak, that someone can do this thing or stay up 1 prahar or 2 prahar, 3 prahar, and all 4 prahars wake up and chant Hare Krishna. This is most glorious, and so many devotees get so much benefit today. So I think it was a very good, appropriate time that it's happened on Friday, so we can have weekend, so we can take it very nicely. Krishna is so kind. Anybody else?
Hare Bol, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Hare Bol. Anybody wants to share? Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, would you like to share something? Because you were there when I joined at 7 o'clock. You were already there. And you are still here. And in between also you were rendering the service to the deities. Would you like to share something?
Nothing, Prabhu. I was very astonished that your tone never changed from the start of the japa to the end of the japa. It was same.
Mm.
I was like a little bit drowsy at the end of this, but yeah, very nice actually, Prabhuji. And when I hear you, I'm just getting motivated.
Mm. Wonderful. Thank you very much. It's all I'm a very insignificant person, but at least I'm trying my best. I, remain attentive because you also help me so many times. You also correct me. Prabhuji, we hear Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, but we don't hear Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So then I said, oh, because, I cannot hear my chanting. So somebody has to assist all of us like that. When you make the comment, then I'm really attentive to it. Then other devotees also mentioned to me that, we hear not the last Hare Hare or, minimizing that the last two. So then I said, okay, I try many times. I used to chant at least couple of mantra in one breathing. But now I don't have that much enough air to chant even one mantra properly. So then I come to the conclusion that I will chant like first part and second parts separately like that. And sometime if I feel, then people, some people has noticed that if I am chanting in fast, then I will not stop after the Ram Ram Hare Hare. I will continue to, but always I stop at between the mantra. And they say, Prabhu, you are chanting like Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So it's like that. But no, I think we should help each other. We have to be so attentive to reach the goal of the life. If we don't create those habits, this is what it happens every life. And the days are gonna come is worse and worse. And whenever I see the devotee's life, I feel like what Krishna has not given us, everything that we can pass through this test once and for all. So many people we see, they are struggling for their existence. And somehow or other Krishna has blessed all of us. That, it's required, maintenance is required, we have to do. But it's not like we should totally absorb just for that purpose. Any other realization? Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu. He is so kind. He always send me the calendar. He send me the, text from the Bhagavad Gita every day. Keep me aligned with my practice. So thank you.
You are already there, Prabhu. You are giving us, it's your impetus. But one thing I want to say, today is Padmini. Yesterday was Padmini Ekadasi, which only comes after like 36 months. It's a leap year thing, yes. Purushottama Mas.
Right.
In the same way, then when you are reading about Padmini Ekadasi, you also mentioned about Parama Ekadasi, which comes in the dark fortnight.
Dark fortnight, yes.
That is Krishna Paksha. So
yes.
That is also falling on Friday, August 11th.
So that's wonderful. Krishna has made wonderful arrangement for us. He's so kind, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should always look for those days that we can really increase our devotion, So, and then it will, then it won't be hard. Like then, we will say if we try 24 hours chanting, and if we do one time, then for 12-hour chanting is not a problem. And similarly, the 16 round will become so easy if we increase our number of rounds like this, It becomes so easy. We will feel, let me chant so nicely, only 16 rounds. But really, one of my senior godbrother, he is very senior to me, and he came one day with his wife, and he said, Prabhu, please tell me what should I do? I'm on the verge of closing to the time, he has the advanced age and like that. And I was telling him that please read the Brajamandala Parikram and absorbs you, because he cannot take it now, the hard philosophy and everything. So I said, you should read a very light thing, you don't get into the philosophy. And that Prabhu is my godbrother. And each and every instructions that Tamal Krishna Maharaj gave him, he has done that, follow 100%. So I told him that your destiny is completed. You will go back home, back to Godhead. Don't worry. So don't stress your mind at the advanced age. You just relax, read some pastimes of Vrindavan, Radha and Krishna and the gopis, all other, how Krishna dealt with them. Just enjoy. Very nice. Like I always tell when I do the meditation, when we read those pastimes, we should really, at least in our inventory, we should keep at least 25 pastime or something, because when we will become unconscious, not conscious, but we cannot speak or hear or anything, at least we can, in the mind, we can absorb seeing those things. So at least some pastime, one by one, we should increase that inventory. And if we read 4 or 5 times and see when we read it, keep like you are seeing that what is happening. Practice like that. And that way we will be able to remember the story, and then we will be able to see that nicely when we chant. And then our chanting mind has no other way to go anywhere, because we keep absorbed in those things. So this was something was very nice. Those pastimes was really, I just wander around those 2 pastimes all 11 hours. I was just going through this small detail, keep on adding it, and it becomes very blissful. So we have to practice it. We are not perfect, but we have to practice sincerely and hoping that Krishna will bestow his mercy upon us. Yes. Any other devotees? We have still 12 more minutes. Sarvatarak Prabhu, you also join in the night, and I think that you must have taken only 2-3 hour rest, and again you came in the morning. Please share something to enlighten us.
Dhanavad Pranam Prabhu at your
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
You are showing by your example. So, please give your blessing and just like so,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
use very sweet word that touches our heart, our bhakti and to devotional service for our Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
So
Holy
thank
name.
you.
Holy name is very merciful, Prabhu. If you will become sincere, and you please be kind to us and always give us your association. I think with your association, my journey was very easy. Otherwise, alone it's difficult. So all the credit goes to you and other devotees who support it. But thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
You are
actually,
so
I didn't know Kamalmukha Prabhu text me, and then actually I saw miracle for our Japo.
Ha.
And but give your blessings, because I feel sometimes very lazy to chant,
Ha.
This is the remedy to not be lazy, and when we get time, sometimes I don't use that time properly for chanting. So what is it, Prabhuji?
Yes, I think that base thing, like I was sharing other day, that we should write a note that how many, how many hours actually we spend related to Krishna. Just every night before you go to sleep, keep a small diary. And whenever you chant, okay, you chanted 2 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours. And then how much you read, how much you listen the class, how much you do singing the bhajan or hear the bhajan, and write down those hours and just keep on seeing that, hey, one day, like, I have seen that someday I'm absorbed for 14 hours. Someday I absorb for 16 hours, 17 hours. So I'm really dwelling. Why the 2-3 hour difference is there? I should be every day should spend 17 hours. But if we keep that kind of a thinking, Krishna will give us one day the intelligence to reach that stage. But write a note is very wonderful, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Also, I'm so grateful to you. Every day you read Jaiva Dharma. Actually, I feel so practical because I did the Jaiva Dharma course. But once you read, I feel I am getting association of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, thank you. This book is wonderful. Like I said, I can comprehend everything, but this is the process our Acharya has given. You keep on reading it, more and more detail will come, slowly and slowly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And also we would like to hear from Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu. He was also there until 11:30, and then he again wake up in the morning. Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, are you available?
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Dhanvad Prabhu. Prabhuji is very fixed in the devotion.
No, I'm not.
No, he has made a so sublime family life that we should learn so many things. How he trained his children, how devoted his wife is. The whole family is so wonderful. I don't know how they maintain that so many deity worship in their home. Very exemplary life. Simple and very kind. So thank you.
I was thinking that you will be dozing in the middle of the night, but I saw 7 to 11, and then started 4 a.m. But you continuously chanted without dozing, so I'm wondering, it must be Gurudeva's mercy to you. It must be mercy of Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who emphasized chanting on Ekadashi night. So it's only possible by Guru Kripa.
Right.
That's amazing, Prabhu. Thank you so much for encouraging us.
No, thank you very much for your kind association. Just by seeing your life, it gives me so much impetus that I should learn so many things from you. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Yeah, I was working with currently with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and we were. Then Maharaj says, you take it over and you do these things. And then I was acting with the intelligence, whatever I had. And then I keep on updating Maharaj. And so now I have before I was feeling that to reach Radhanath Swami Maharaj is so difficult. But now I am so fortunate by my Gurudev mercy and Maharaj mercy that we are in contact with sometime 1 or 2 times a day. So I was updating Maharaj about what the task Maharaj has given, some specific. So I updated, but I didn't hear anything. So I write the message, Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and your divine grace. Any corrections or chastisement, please. Because I was updating, but I didn't hear. So then Maharaj wrote, wonderful, you are being empowered by Srila Gurudev. So that's the answer I got, like what you said. I have no qualification. Whatever good things I have is mercy of my Guru and Krishna. So very, very wonderful. Yes, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu. Vajeshwari Priya Mataji, she also joined around 6:35. That's what Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu must have joined at 6 o'clock maybe. So, Mataji, are you there? Vajeshwari Priya Mataji? Okay. Where is that you posted, Prabhu?
What is it, Prabhuji? So I also joined at the same time, basically. It's not just joined
Okay.
and then she joined. So it was not too early. But
which one I will have to read? Is she there on the call or she has logged up, right?
I don't know.
Okay, I think she has logged up. Also, Vijay Prabhu has sent me something. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please read this to our Japakal group. As Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu mentioned, he chanted tonight for all our group members. I don't have any qualification, only by elevated devotees like you, there is some hope for us. Only if you recommend our name, Krishna will accept us. Devotees, Kripa, devotees, Kripa devotees are more merciful than Krishna. You can read this onto our Japa call group. Haribol. Who I am to give the blessings, but whatever I have, I always wants to pray that the holy name can give us the impetus and keep us fixed to perfect our chanting. That's the goal. And I pray at his lotus feet, Nam Prabhu, that he can bestow the mercy upon all of us, so we can remain really rigid to chant the holy name wonderfully. And as I read more and more, it says that only way we will be able to remember Krishna, which is the principle of all other activity we do. Always remember Krishna, never forget. And it can happen only by the mercy of the holy name. So I think it's nice that we have at least understood what we need to do, at least on the right path. Anybody else? Who else? Is there any? So many wonderful devotees here. Ganga Devi Mataji, you haven't spoke on this quorum. Are you there, Ganga Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm here.
Haribol. Nice that you are joining. You were saying you will try to join at 5:30, but you are joining early every day.
Yes, Prabhu, with your mercy and your inspiration, I'm trying to do that.
Haribol.
The days I have my service, then I, join early and then drop off.
Right. But that's good. Really encouraging me.
No, Prabhu, thank you. Thank you for pushing me. That's something that I'm really always grateful for. I mean, I have lovely God brothers like you that push me, and I'm always eternally grateful for that. Thank you.
That's whatever we can do, we can help each other. That's the goal of our life.
No, it doesn't take a lot of people, Prabhu, who always encourage people like that, because they're always scared of offending the other person or something like that. But I am so grateful that you transpose everything. Like, you don't really bother about all that, and you just think about the welfare of the devotee. That's really, really very commendable. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mother. Thank you. I don't want to hear any glorification. I want to hear something where I need to improve. Who else can say that? Haribol. Namanand Prabhu, we haven't heard from you. Wow. Or Vraj Vinod Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji. You are also joining early nowadays. I saw you before 4:30 again.
Yeah, I'm trying, Prabhu.
Prabhu's work is so like a late. He is a professor, and his classes goes at the university late night up to 9 o'clock, and then he has to drive, take dinner. I don't know how he can join before 4, but it's nice to see. Namanand Prabhu also hold very nice Bhakti Bruksha in Clear Lake area, inspiring so many devotees in that area. So nice. Prabhu, you want to say something? Or Prem Vinodini Mataji wants to say something? Oh,
Yes, yeah, Prabhu, like for us, this japa call is kind of a boon for us, Prabhuji. And we can say like the only differentiation I see that time I have my japa in the morning, my day is smooth. The day I don't have my japa in the morning, that day is very well scattered.
Yeah, I have heard from many devotees like that. If you do chanting nicely, then the day goes nicely. I didn't see the clock. We are already 2 minutes over. We shouldn't do that. So with those thoughts, I will remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever we come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. With those thoughts, I would like to sincerely offer my humble obeisances at the desk of all the wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis from Houston, from India, from New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Alachua, Austin, College Station, San Jose, Tempe, Phoenix, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Brampton, and New Orleans. And also, I think one devotee who joined from North Carolina, another, I think from that farm, I think. So Dilip joined from there. So thank you very much. If by Krishna's grace, if he allows us, we will see you all on Monday morning.